Hello to all my lovely brothers and sisters out there. Now, welcome to Pick Up the Truth. Now, today I'd like to do something different. I'm going to break up all the bullshit from the coronavirus mind control that they have on everybody. I don't know what the hell's going on with the people out there. I went out yesterday and I hardly saw anybody with masks. And I went out again today and everybody was masked up in a frenzy. So I even got in an argument with a lady, and I told her don't spray that disinfectant solution that she was spraying it on the carts when people were entering the store, and it would just, the mist would get all over your skin. I told her, I said, hey, I don't want that stuff on my skin. And she said, it's just sanitizer. I said, no, it's not just sanitizer. It's man-made chemical solution to poison your skin with, and I don't want it on my skin. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to mask up and glove up and do all that bullshit and social distancing, and you want your mind to turn into a big old bowl of Jello for them to shape and mold however the fuck they want, that's your business. But don't force your fucking bullshit on me. And don't put something on my skin that I don't want, because you're going to find out who I really am. You start fucking with me, you know. And I'm sure a lot of truthers are like that too, you know. You know, you understand what that garbage is. It's a way they program the people. And you've already done your best not to be controlled by it. And then all of a sudden you're going to have some motherfucker spray some shit on your skin without your consent. Yeah, that shit don't fly with me. And I know it don't fly with a whole bunch of other people too. And no, it's not because I have some fear of man-made chemical solution. I don't. But I choose what goes in me, on me, and I choose what's around me. Well, that's my little rant on that subject. I don't want to go any further. Just get more upset. But that's why we're going to do something different today. I'm going to germinate some seeds. Bring to life some beautiful creation. And you're going to take a look and see how I've been growing, you know, marijuana plants, cannabis, you know, in case you find yourself doing without the medications they prescribe to you, or any of the other things that you need to be helped with as far as medically. Marijuana is a good solution, so we're going to see what we have and to work with as far as seeds, and find out how we can identify male and female seeds. And I always thought it was impossible to be able to tell the sex of the seeds before you germinate them, but I've been able to come up with a almost foolproof way of, you know, telling whether they're male or female, which helps a lot. And when you're growing marijuana, because basically you just want the female seed, because the female seed is the one that produces the marijuana bud that we smoke or consume in other ways. And the male seed is pretty much only around when we want him to be around to pollinate the female plant to create more seeds. And I've done that. My last marijuana plant that I grew, I harvested seeds from because I needed it. And I was able to take sativa strain seed that I got from one plant and a sativa strain seed that I got from another, and I pollinated them together to make some good bud. And that's where these seeds came from. So we're gonna see how they grow. It'll be interesting. And then this seed right here I got from some really good bud that I was smoking. And I believe this is a female seed, and it could be from an indica strain, because it gave us a really good body high, and it could be. It's going to be interesting to find out how it grows. But I believe this is a female. I've already looked. I'll show you how to identify that. And trust me, I'm no expert, but I'm just trying to get by and then teach you what I know, so you can get by and grow your own. But it's always a good thing to know. Now your seed is going to look like a normal seed, one end and the other. But on one end it's going to have an opening. And that opening is going to be either almost perfectly round, like a volcano opening, or it's going to have jagged edges, which is going to mean more than likely it's a male seed, because from my experience anyway, I may be proven wrong, who knows, we'll see. But it's just something to go by, so we'll know the difference. Yeah, I gotta try to get it just right so you can see it in the light. Maybe. Don't know. There we go. You're gonna see that right on the end of the seed. You'll be able to see whether it's circular or jagged. The real jagged ends are the males. And if you find one that's almost perfectly circular, that's the female seed. So we're going to call that one a female. Now, I want to germinate more than one, just in case I'm wrong and they don't end up being female. So I'm gonna grab a couple more and see what these would be too. No, I don't know. Find the right side. see. Shot of that. That looks like a male. It's me. It's kind of hard to tell. Hold on a minute. Wish I had a better magnifying glass for this stuff. Oh, I almost saw it there. Perfect. I don't know, that could be a female. Excuse my dirty fingers. We all gotta do the work. I don't know. That looks like a female as well. But I'm gonna try to keep that one separate because they are different. And these are nice seeds. They turned out to have the stripes on them. Some of them are white. Which I don't really know the difference of that. They got the stripes. See the stripes on the sides. If I can hold it right. Maybe. That one looks round too. So, yeah, we're gonna germinate 3. I really don't want a male at this time, so, because I'd rather have just good bud growing instead of trying to pollinate and create seeds. Right now it's just a good time to get some bud growing, but if you're just starting out, I recommend you a good way to find seeds is if you bought some weed lately, and if you happen to find any seeds, don't throw them away, keep them. And do what I just did and try to sex them and try to find out what sex they are and just germinate, which what we're gonna need to germinate is in a plate, 2 plates. I like to use 2 paper plates like these cheap ones. And nothing fancy. I know, like I said, I'm not an expert or anything, but I like to use these paper napkins. Nothing real thick and absorbent, because you don't want to absorb the water. You want it to have water on top of it and all over it. So what I'm gonna do is put that part down, put a couple of them. Make a nice bed. Really, I like to put the bottom one way and the top another. Right here, I'm gonna put the seeds. The seed over here, on this side. these two over here. Keep them separate for now. And maybe I'll put them a little closer together. So that way, I get my aspirator, just a simple aspirator, and I'll use room temperature distilled water, and I'll fill this aspirator up with it, and I'll just come along and the napkin and moisten the napkin with the distilled water. Make sure saturate the napkin good. It's not good to use cold water because, you know, these seeds are going to sprout. And they're going to be alive, so hopefully, if we do everything right. It's always relaxing working with creation like this, you know. It relaxes you from all the bullshit in the world that they want to fuck your mind with. So, yeah. And now this is going to be the top, so I like to put it on another way, but just make sure it covers. And I'll put 2 on top. There we go. Put 2 on top. And then we'll wet that down as well. Alright. Make sure you saturate that really good with this distilled water. Now, there's different ways to germinate these seeds, you know, different ways to germinate them. You can put them in water, like in a mason jar, and at first they'll float on top of the water. And then when they're ready, they'll sink, you know, to the bottom. But I've tried that way. I really don't like it. I don't feel right doing it. So, I mean, this way I've always been successful with. And I'll put this plate on top, and you're supposed to keep it in a cool, damp area, which is, you know, this will be fine as soon as I turn off the lights. But this is the little grow room that I built myself. It'll hold 2 or 3 6-feet marijuana plants, and from germination to harvest. And I've got my fans set up, and my lights, and I have some more lights for flowering stages. There's going to be different stages to this process, and we'll go through all that But we'll let that set overnight, and we'll see how it looks. Check it out tomorrow. But what we're looking for is you're gonna see a little white tail sprout out of the end of the seeds, and you want those little white tails to get about maybe an inch and a half long, and then it's good to plant them in some soil so they can start growing their roots. But we'll go through all that, and it'll be fun watching creation grow, something we helped start. I hope you enjoyed this video, and give it a try. Doesn't have to be with marijuana, but any kind of seeds. It's good to work with and let out your frustrations. I love you guys, and take care of yourself, okay?